The Fox and the Stork. One day, a fox invited the stork for lunch. The fox made some soup and served it in 2 shallow bowls. The stork had a long beak and wondered how to drink soup from the bowl. The fox quickly finished his soup. The stork couldn't drink his soup. The stork said to himself, "I must teach this fox a lesson." After the meal, the stork told the fox, "Thank you for inviting me. Why don't you come to my place for lunch tomorrow? I will make some delicious soup for you." The next day, the fox happily went to the stork's house. The stork prepared some delicious soup and served it in 2 long-necked jars. Now, the fox wondered how to drink the soup from such a tall jar. The stork quickly finished his soup, but the fox's mouth could not reach the soup. The fox learned his lesson. Moral of the story: tit for tat. Do to others what one would wish for oneself. One day, a lion was dozing off peacefully in the jungle. A mouse came near the lion and started jumping and playing on him. The lion was very angry to be woken up from his slumber. He kept his paw on the mouse's tail to stop him from running away. He caught the mouse and said, "Oh, you're going to be my meal now. This is your punishment for harassing me." The mouse begged and said, "Please, please let me go. I promise to help you when you need me." The lion laughed at this, but freed the mouse. One day, the lion got trapped in a net. He was scared. He roared loudly, but no one came to help him. Soon the mouse came to the lion's rescue and started nibbling at the net. The mouse set the lion free from the trap, and they became good friends forever. Moral of the story: no act of kindness, no matter how small, is ever wasted. Dog and the Bone. Once upon a time, a dog was walking with a nice, juicy bone in his mouth. He came across a river. To get to the other side, he had to walk on the bridge over the river. So he walked on the bridge with the bone held firmly in his mouth. While crossing, he saw his reflection in the clear river water. He thought it was another dog with a bigger and juicier bone in his mouth. He became very angry and thought, "Why does he have a bigger bone than me?" He wanted the other dog's bone as well. So he barked at his reflection, and the bone fell from his mouth into the river. He got upset and realized his mistake. He lost what he had due to his greediness. Moral of the story: it is very foolish to be greedy. Fox and the Crow. Once upon a time, a crow was flying with a piece of cheese in his mouth. A fox saw the crow with the cheese in his mouth. The fox's mouth started watering. He thought, "I want to eat that delicious cheese. How do I get it from the crow?" The fox stood beneath the tree where the crow was sitting. He started praising the crow. "I have heard that you are a very good singer. I would love to hear your sweet voice. Please, sing for me, dear crow." The crow was very pleased hearing the praise. He opened his mouth to sing. As soon as he opened his mouth, the piece of cheese fell to the ground. The cunning fox quickly grabbed the cheese. He made fun of the crow and said, "Ha! Fooled you! Who wants to hear your voice, silly crow? I just wanted this yummy cheese." The fox walked away, happily eating the cheese, while the crow sat on the tree and cried silently. Moral of the story: do not trust flatterers. The Thirsty Crow. One hot day, a very thirsty crow was flying around looking for water. After flying for a long time, he spotted a pot of water. There was very little water in the pot. He tried to put his beak inside, but couldn't reach the water. He had an idea. He saw many pebbles on the ground. He picked up pebbles one by one and started dropping them in the pot. As more pebbles were dropped in, the water slowly rose towards the mouth of the pot. The crow drank the water and quenched his thirst. After drinking the water, he flew away happily to his home. Moral of the story: where there is a will, there is a way. The Fox and the Grapes. A very thirsty fox was wandering in the jungle looking for water. He spotted a bunch of grapes hanging from a vine curled up on a tree. The fox got really happy. He thought,
"This is just the thing I need to quench my thirst."
He jumped, but he couldn't reach the grapes. The grapes were too high up for him. He tried with all his strength to jump higher and higher, but he couldn't reach them. The fox finally gave up and said,
"The grapes are probably sour anyway."
And he walked away. Moral of the story: it's easy to despise what you cannot get. The Goose That Laid the Golden Eggs.
Once upon a time, there lived a farmer with his wife. They owned a special goose. One day, the goose laid a golden egg. The farmer became very happy and sold the egg. Every day, the goose would lay a golden egg. The farmer and his wife would then sell the egg. They soon became rich. The couple became greedy. They thought that a big piece of gold must be inside the goose. If they could have all of the gold together, they would become richer much faster. They decided to cut the goose and get out all the gold at once. They killed the goose and found that she was like every other goose from the inside. There was no gold inside. They started crying. Now they would not get any more golden eggs, all due to their greed. Moral: too much greed gains nothing.